You guys, you guys are asking me so many questions. I'm trying to answer them all about being on tour on the road. Now, as I've told you many times before, um, here from Pronoun TV and the Stephanie Stevens Show, season 3, I'm going to be a little bit more open with you about traveling on the road and my experiences around the world and some of the most challenging times I've had. Now, when we were in, where were we? We were in Barbados, and we had to stay in a compound because at the time Barbados was dangerous, mainly for tourists. And it was right after one of the tourists from Canada um, had been killed in Barbados. But yet we were already booked for this resort, Sandals Resort. So I think it was Sandals, one of them resorts, but it was a big one. But anyway, we were already booked. The imposters were already booked. So we went there. Not the imposters. Oh Lord, not the imposters. An evening at the Cottage. We were already booked there. So we were a big group. We were a big group, and they brought the whole production team because the show was massive. It was in this resort, in this huge theater, and all of this. Well, anyway, um, to make a long story short, the apparently Barbados was dangerous. So when we got there on a Greyhound bus, and they had armed guards on the bus. And we were thinking it was because we were drag queens and coming to this town with this sold out show, and that was the reason. And it wasn't. They said that it was because the people were being robbed and murdered because of the economy or whatever. So we ended up having to stay in the compound for the entire 2 days that we were there for both sold out shows. And I could see it's the most shocking thing ever. For us, they had all these people. I mean, there was at least 3,000 people at this hotel. They had a huge buffet. They went all out for these 2 night shows, and it was amazing. But what we weren't accustomed to is armed guards walking around, literally with guns. Be grateful. It was the most shocking thing I've ever seen in my life, and I was really it wasn't Barbados. I'm sorry, it was the Dominican. The Dominican Republic is where it was. Oh my God, it's been like 35 years since I'm sorry, Barbados. I didn't mean that. It was the Dominican Republic. Okay. Um, and I was so shocked to see men with rifles walking around the ground constantly, and they were everywhere. And nobody blinked an eye but us. We couldn't stop talking about these men walking around for the Dominican with guns. We were just in shock because we weren't used to that coming from Canada, and then they booked the show from St. Martin to the Dominican, and so it was a very shocking thing. And the director made it. I mean, the owner of the show and the director, they made it very clear that none of us can leave this compound. Period. While we're no matter what we want to go to the stores during the day, they can take us on the bus. But they don't advise us to leave the compound even for that. So we didn't go anywhere for the 2 days. We just stayed around there and we ate good food and swam in the pool and the ocean and had a good time. But the guards got us off the bus for the show and got us back on the bus, back to the airport, on the planes, and out we went. And it was the most shocking thing. It's fabulous to travel around the world, but sometimes people's cultures and stuff is shocking to us because we're not used to the obvious. So, and you know us being queens, we would have been all over that town looking for the drag stores or anything that looks like drag or is shiny and sequins or makeup, and probably been in some trouble. But it was a good thing that they looked after us that well. So thank you, Sandals, for looking after an evening at the cars when we were in the Dominican Republic. Shocking to us, but that's just one of the shocking things that shocked me while I was on the road. and traveling throughout my 35 years of doing drag. And but I don't regret a moment of being on the road and being, seeing all these fabulous places. But some of these places are very concerning. But we live to tell the story another day. From Pronoun TV and the Stephanie Stevens Show, this is season 3, Boots on the Ground. I'm going to be doing a lot of talking to y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting the channel. And be sure to tell your friends about us here, because I'm going to be doing a lot of these on YouTube. So please subscribe and share. Thank you guys for making Pronoun TV something special. Thank you. Was that okay? Okay.